Hey y'all, and welcome to another Lost Sector guide. Today we are once again on the moon, which is a bit odd. I don't know why it likes the moon so much lately, but you know, it does. This week's is the K1 Crew Quarters Legend Lost Sector. We have champions same as last, Barrier Overload, and essentially all the same modifiers, you know, Hot Knife, Shanks, and Solar Shields. Luckily, this time, there are no arc shields, it is just solar shields, so you only have to have a solar weapon equipped, which is pretty nice because you don't have to, you know, not use your most damaging heavy. Now, where is it exactly? Well, if you go from the center of the Hellmouth, it is straight down and to the left, and it is again in between our other two Legend Lost sectors of this week. So, what are my recommendations? Well, we're dealing with some crowd control issues once again. There are a lot of marauders and dregs that we want dealt with, so I'm obviously going to recommend Sunshot because, you know, energy accelerant, quite a lot of DPS, and for my explosive well build, it works quite well. Again, due to the increase of arc damage in the Legend Lost sector itself, and the fact that you need to have overload weapons, Risk Runner would also be very viable here. For my heavy, I'm using Crown Splitter Energy Accelerant. Titans out there, go ahead and use this. If you're not a Titan, you're going to want to have something just as damaging, because there are some very bad barrier servitor placements, and you want to be able to basically one-shot them, because without doing that, you're basically screwed. If not, I could recommend a rocket launcher with cluster bomb, because you can stun the barrier servitor and then hit it with the rocket, and then the cluster bomb will kill a lot of its minions. Other than that, I'm going to recommend an auto rifle or a scout rifle for this. I personally prefer auto rifles because they're a little easier to get multi-kills with for orb feeding. Stat-wise, I'm going to encourage a higher recovery for this one than I usually would, because there's a lot of points where you cannot help but take damage and you're going to want to get your health back. And if for a Curious build, I do not recommend it personally. If you're going to go any other build besides Solar in order to help deal with your Solar Shanks, I'm going to recommend for Titans Bubble, because in the final boss area, it's a heavy Shank. You could easily pull it into Bubble and Infinite Crown Splitter or whatever heavy weapon you have it. If you're a hunter, Shadow Shots will work well. I recommend using Invis because there are a lot of sections that would be made a lot easier by being able to just get past the ads. For Warlocks, I don't really know. I'm going to recommend anything with high ad clear, basically, because that's the main problem here. Champions aren't too bad, except for one barrier servitor that just decides to show up at the very end. And other than that, let us just get into the Legend Lost Sector. Oops, I still have my HUD off. Oh yeah, and it is currently dropping exotic chest armor. So, you know, curious, if you don't have Titans, go get it. It's very nice exotic. Mantle of the Battle Harmony is supposed to be good. And then for hunters, you know, Omnioculus. So first things first, you're going to want to try to get as many of these as possible. Again, I just recommend Sunshot simply for the ammo. Now, if you're using Sunshot, let the dregs get up there, because you can just use them to start chain reactions. Again, you're going to take a lot of damage, no matter what you do. Come on. Come on, Mr. Vandal. There is going to be an Overload champion up ahead. You're going to want to deal with that. Again, I recommend being ready to do a lot of cover dodging, because the champions here do not like to cooperate. Okay, there's our champion. I recommend using grenades to try to get rid of the last of the ads, because the champion can be quite bad. There is our champion down. Again, all Titans, I recommend Crown Splitter. Any other high damaging weapon will also be very viable here. There's your first tank. Look out for the Tracer Shanks here. They can basically one-shot you. Yay, a blue. There's going to be an Exploder Shank ready to not mess up your day. Kill him and his friends and continue to the next area. Here, we will be encountering a barrier servitor as well as several marauders, so if you have solar damage decreasing mods, I recommend. Again, as you can see, our damage increase is pretty bad. There is the solar. I recommend dealing with Marauders now. Will make your life easier, trust me, because the barrier servitor likes to give them like free pass to invincibility. As you can see, champion appeared. That is our good friend, the barrier servitor. Just grab that well for my increased solar and healing. Again, I recommend well builds. I know they're chosen, well, they're actually both, but they work very well. Explosive well maker is quite good with Sunshot. And the Void build that I've been promising is coming out today. I just need to record the last of the footage. Okay, once you've got him down, I just recommend sticking it out and doing a good old grind down. Although I've had to use my super here several times just because of how obnoxious this placement is. If the Exploder Shanks are still alive, you want to get them down. And they'll just keep coming, so just be careful. Luckily, he cannot shield them. Use them for DPS if you can. It's always a good idea with them. If you continue to have trouble with this area, like me, I recommend once your barrier is stunned to super to deal with the ads. More Marauders spawn. That's great. As you can see, this area, this is like by far, this and the final boss are the worst part of this Nightfall. Because these Marauders will just keep spawning. And he can do that. Which is healing, so yeah, this part is terrible. Not fun. Watch out, the Exploder Shanks are back. Again, don't worry about revive too much. Most of your loot is affected by speed. I don't know if there's some sort of threshold the game has about speed. I don't know if I notice it. I got a very nice exotic doing this the first time though, which is Armamentarium. I recommend it for Titans. Dual grenades is quite nice to have. Especially on Stasis Titans. Even though Behemoth has been nerfed underground, Stasis is still a good thing to have. Gatekeeper Stasis is amazing because you can freeze the Minotaurs until the Aegis arrives. Come on, die. Thank you. Okay, there's another Overload up here. You're gonna want to just try to get rid of his ads so you can go in there with your heavy. Make sure all of the ads are done with, because there are also Tracer Shanks on a ledge there. Yep, there they are. They will basically one-shot you because they have hacks. Essentially, because that's just how much damage they do. There's another... As you can see, they deal almost your entire health bar worth of damage, so it's not very poggers. Again, I recommend very high damage weapons for this. I don't care if they don't have ammo or not. You need it because there are some spots here where you just need to get rid of the champions rapidly. Okay, champion down. We just kill this drag. Again, Sun Warrior Titans, if you ever see a man running Phoenix Rattle, give him a shout out. Because we do a new service, because the Sun Warrior increase is actually pretty big. Watch out for that. They will be waiting for you. I believe there are... Yep, just an army of Shanks. Luckily, rapid shield diffusion causes that. There is a barrier servitor up here. This is where I recommend Hunters. Lament and Invis is one of the best combinations you can go for here. But if you're not a hunter if you're not a hunter, and you're a 4/4 Titan who can't go invisible, you're forced to do this. Are you kidding? I hate you so much. Yeah, this boss is not fun. There are 2 barrier servitors that spawn in this boss fight. That's right, 2. You need to kill both of them if you want platinum. They'll continuously shield the one-shot Shanks. That's why I recommend just being ballsy and going in. Because Crown Splitter can almost one-shot the barrier servitor and force him into a spot he doesn't want to be. So just, you know, use third person. Fail. Yeah, this boss fight is not fun. I recommend just having, I don't know, luck. Because the placement's really affecting how you're doing here. Again, I recommend when you stun a barrier servitor, lay down some AoE. Oh my god, he's an idiot. You know, if your barrier servitor happens to be stupid, that also helps. Make sure to watch out your health bar. You always forget how much these guys are capable of melting you. There is our boss. Honestly, this is where you want to super, because you want to get rid of as many of these ads as possible. Again, turn the red, back off. There will be a barrier servitor showing up soon if you can't get rid of him fast enough. Okay, back off, back off, back off. Barrier servitor is now in play. That's problem number 1. Luckily, this one's placement is a little worse, better, because he's mostly wretches. However, he can send shielded things after you, which is not poggers. He will, however, be stupid about his placement again, luckily. Crown Splitter, thank you. And there we go. That is how you clear the K1 Crew Quarters Legend Lost Sector. Congratulations once again on making it to the end of the video. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comment section down below if you managed to actually clear the Lost Sector. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and sub. It really supports me. Thank you for all the new subscribers and views coming into the channel. I'm going to get a boom mic arm stand for my mic soon so that I can get better audio quality. There's going to be a Void Walker build coming out very soon for Titans, so look forward to a new and improved bubble build from me. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.